Over the past 10 years of hunting and filming professionally, my journey has evolved. I once sought animals and adventure, and I still seek those things. Yet now more than ever, I seek answers around the growing questions that surround myself as a hunter. I've found that my connection to the land brings a certain clarity to the rest of my life. This is what brings me back into high country. It's hard to believe that we've been doing this 10 years now. As I look back on the adventures we've been on and the friendships we've made, it's hard to believe we've come this far. I never knew if I would make it through year 1. So to be closing on year 10 is really a dream come true to me. There's no way I could have ever done this without the help from my partners. What's beautiful about it is, I believe in my partners, not only their products, but the people behind the companies. They're good people that stand for good things. We all have a common goal, and that's to better the sport of hunting through good messaging and conservation stories about the success that hunters have brought through numerous species across North America. In my opinion, I've got the greatest partners in the world, so I can't thank them enough. When I look back at 2017, there's one moment that will haunt me forever. A moment I've waited for my entire life and dreamed of. The moment that I'm set up on a water hole and the bull of my dreams shows up. And everything is perfect. This year it was super hot, dry, and noisy. Forest fires are burning our state from both ends. With every footstep I take, I can't help but to feel that I'm doing more harm than good in these dry conditions. The animals don't like it either, only moving when the sun is down and expending little or no energy towards the rut. Patience was my only option at this point. I knew they had to be finding water somewhere. Even if it's hot, even if it's dry, with virtually no rut activity, they had to go to water. So being patient and finding an active water hole was going to be my best bet. Typically, I would never hesitate on a bull like this. But I knew that there were two bigger bulls close by that seemed to be getting closer and closer with each minute. Sometimes this can pay off, and sometimes it'll come around to bite you. I've learned in the past in these scenarios that I just need to settle in and be patient. Even though I had the perfect shot on this bull, his cows had us surrounded, and I just didn't feel like if I drew, I could do it without spooking the entire herd. You never go into the season thinking that you're going to miss that one opportunity that you're going to have all year. When I miss, I replay that shot over and over in my head. I thought I knew the yardage, and I was wrong. I guessed the bull at 43 yards, and he was at 50.
Doesn't get any better than that. That's what I've dreamed of my whole entire life. I've waited for that my entire life of hunting elk. I mean, it was 100% my fault. I couldn't get a range. I just couldn't get a range. I misjudged him. Easiest shot in the world. 50 yards.
I honestly didn't know whether to do a 2-part episode without actually taking an elk, but I thought, you know what? That's how it happened. Trust me, it's not the way I saw my season ending either. I've thought about the big one that got away at least 1,000 times since then, and the little things I could have done to make a difference. It was an unreal bow season in the end, just like they all are. And I had my chance, and that's more than I've got some years, and more than some guys get for a lot of years. It's nobody's fault but my own I didn't get my elk. Last year things happened early. This year, I've spent nearly 30 days here and never punched my tag. But like I said in the beginning, every year is different. There's no way I could talk about last hunting season without remembering the day with my dad and George out hunting bull elk in eastern Montana. In one day, we were able to put down a mature 6-point bull and a beautiful antelope buck. And that's the beautiful thing about living in Montana, is the fact that you can hunt so many great animals in the same spot, in multiple places across the state.
This damn wind is... I don't like this wind going right towards him.
Yeah, he's about over here.
I remember looking down the hill and seeing this bull standing there in the sunlight, and he just looked absolutely beautiful. And I knew at that point that that was the bull that we needed to try to get George in on. This was the bull that we needed to work just a little extra harder to make sure that George got the shot, because out here, they could disappear, and this could be the last elk you'll see all season. So, anyway, I'm just gonna work this edge right here.
Where, right there by these trees?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get out here and keep working this edge. Even though we tried to get George in position and I set my tripod up, the bull had just moved out of range. He didn't know we were there, but he was just getting out of there in too much of a hurry for George to make a good shot. So at that point, we decided we just needed to split up. Dad and George would circle around the upper end of the timber, while me and Maddie would circle the lower end. I had the mule deer tag and antelope tag in my pocket, so I figured I would pack the rifle in case I kicked something up, and I would keep an eye open for the bull in the meantime.
I just heard 2 shots. Walking over. Oh, dude, there's a beam. I can see a big beam sticking off the ground. They got him.
This will forever go down as one of those hunts that I'll just never forget. When it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and after days like today, I'll never second guess that. I'll never forget that day. I feel honored every time I take to the woods with those two. I feel lucky each and every time we're out there together. And this picture will forever remind me of that. With limited time, we really wanted to focus our attention on helping George get an elk. And being lucky on the second morning and killing a beautiful 6-point bull, in fact, the biggest bull George has ever taken in his lifetime, we could now focus our attention on antelope.
It's 3:26. Right now, second from the right. I'd like to get to there, but I don't know if we'll be.
As soon as he clears. Okay. Okay, as soon as that buck's gone.
Okay.
To come out here and witness George take a beautiful bull elk, and not 24 hours later, follow it up with this awesome antelope buck. It's really what hunting in Montana is all about. You just never know what you're going to find until you get out there and dig in. It's always hard for me to believe that things could get any better than they are right now. But in moments like this, they just keep getting better. Where the pavement ends, on X begins. Without a doubt, looking back on 2017, the most highlighted hunt of my year was hunting bighorn sheep in my home state of Montana. This was the opportunity of a lifetime that I've now had twice. With the snow moving all the sheep around and really feeling like I had lost all grasp on all the research I had been collecting, getting the ram I wanted was becoming more important than trying to do it with a bow. So with only 9 days left, I decided to start hunting with a rifle.
That buck's gone.
Okay.
Halfway down here off of this hill, my ram is laying over that hill. We have not put our hands on him yet. But what an amazing day. It's November 16th. There's 9 days left after this in the season. I've been here since August, off and on, and I've looked over hundreds of rams. I've never been looking for a number. I've never been looking for anything in particular other than just that ram that gets my heart going. And this ram absolutely did that. We spotted him. We started hiking this morning. It was a beautiful morning, and spotted him, and he's only the second ram that when I looked at him, I made a decision that quick. Absolutely spectacular animal, absolutely spectacular place on earth. The Missouri River breaks are unlike anywhere in the world. They really are a landscape of their own. Let's go look at this thing. It's hard for me to believe that all these adventures happened in 1 year. And when I look back over the last 10, I can't hardly believe the life I've been able to live. I feel so fortunate to get to do what I do every day and have the support of fans like you and people all over North America. I couldn't do it without the support of my friends, family, fans, and sponsors. So once again, thank you. Until next year, keep the wind in your face, and I hope to see you on the mountain.